Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. We have of course just entered the brand new month of March, which means we can expect to see a bunch of changes and updates all around the New Horizons island. Today we'll cover everything you can expect to see, from events to materials and even some of these smaller details we like to cover, such as the bushes and new weather phenomena. But first I just wanted to remind you I also upload daily on my Let's Play channel, The More He Plays, where we are currently playing Animal Crossing City Folk and Zelda the Minish Cap. If you're a fan of nostalgic Animal Crossing games, or you want to explore Hyrule with me, please consider subscribing over there too, it would mean a lot. Anyway, there's something for everyone, so without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Number 1. Shamrock Day. Now, given Festival fell in the winter and was celebrated much earlier this year, March is a relatively quiet month on the event front. However, we will get to celebrate Shamrock Day. Shamrock Day is essentially a seasonal event, however offers a bit more content than your typical seasonal celebration and comes in 3 parts. From March 10th through to March 17th, the Shamrock door plate, rug and soda items can be purchased from the Nook Stop in honour of the event. However, the celebrations can be taken a step further, as the Shamrock suit, shoes, hat and glasses will be available throughout that week from the Able Sisters, which is a nice little expansion to the seasonal event. And finally, the DIY recipe for the Shamrock wand is also available inside Bloom Presents for that week leading up to Shamrock Day itself. Collecting all of these makes for a super fun activity, especially for the newer players out there. Number 2. Seasonal events. Now, speaking of limited time items, March does see some of your typical seasonal events too. These include Hinamatsuri, that began in February and will come to an end on March 3rd, Pi Day, which begins March 1st and runs for 2 weeks until March 14th, and finally April Fool's Day, which adds items from March 26th through to April 1st in preparation of the real world celebration. All of the items available alongside these seasonal events can of course be purchased from the Nook Stop. Number 3. Seasonal materials. Now, as I'm sure you've seen already, spring has begun here in the Northern Hemisphere and the snow has completely melted. This seasonal change means snowflakes are no longer available, however young spring bamboo is now spawning in their place. Young spring bamboo can be obtained from bamboo trees alongside the normal bamboo crafting materials. Like every other crafting material, young spring bamboo brings with it a bunch of corresponding DIY recipes, which can of course be obtained primarily from Balloon Presents. Both the materials and the recipes will continue to be available until May 31st. For those in the Southern Hemisphere, summer has now ended and you can no longer encounter summer shells. However, autumn has arrived and brings with it the acorn and pine cone materials and recipes. These will continue to be available until June 10th. Don't forget, if you still need snowflakes or summer shells or any of their recipes, you've now unlocked the corresponding Cap'n Islands now the previous seasons are over. Number 4. Weather phenomena. Now, as with any new season, we see a large shift in weather patterns, and spring is of course no different. From the start of spring and continuing throughout March, rain now falls instead of snowfall and brings with it the chances of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are pretty rare, but typically on hours with heavy rain, you have a chance of seeing lightning light up the island, as well as experiencing some extremely immersive thunder. Anyway, now that winter is over, we can no longer encounter auroras or heavy fog around the New Horizons island. However, now that we're experiencing rain, it does mean both rainbows and double rainbows can be encountered instead. Number 5. Clouds. Now, the seasonal changes around the New Horizons island affect more than just the weather patterns. From March 1st, billow clouds can no longer be encountered, with thin clouds taking their place. These special clouds can be seen through to May 31st, which weirdly is the same time young spring bamboo also stops spawning. It's a little different for players in the Southern Hemisphere, as cumulonimbus clouds that began spawning in January in the summer will continue through the autumn until mid-March, at which point cirrus and cirrocumulus clouds spawn in their place. These can be seen from March 16th through to May 31st. Number 6. Bushes. Now, something I've always liked to highlight in these monthly changes videos are the details and timings of the bushes, just because it's a pretty neat feature and helps players who wish to change up their bushes according to the season. March is pretty simple though, as pink and red camellia bushes that are already in bloom for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere will continue to flower until the end of March. Players in the Southern Hemisphere do get to see a change though, as red and yellow hibiscus will stop blooming on March 20th, with orange and yellow tea olives flowering in their place. These will continue to bloom until the end of April. Number 7. Postcards. Now, something that never really gets highlighted are of course the changes we see month to month at the postcard stand inside Dodo Airlines. Just like every new month or season, the postcard stand is updated with new seasonal and event designs. The seasonal designs include Full Bloom card, the Cherry Blossoms card, and the Dandelion card. All of these are available from the beginning of spring through to May 31st. This month there is also one event design, which is of course the Bunny Day card. This will become available from March 15th through to May 10th in honor of Easter. All of these designs can of course be used to write letters to your villagers if that's something you like to do, but even if not, it's still worth checking out just to see the new designs. Number 8. Critters. Moving on, this wouldn't be a monthly changes video if we didn't give an honourable mention to the bugs, fish and deep sea creatures. Just as you'd expect, a new month, and in this instance a new season, introduces the next wave of critters that can be encountered around the New Horizons island. Players in the Northern Hemisphere can expect to see 20 new critters, including the barred knifejaw, the orchid mantis and the spider crab, to name a few. Similarly, players in the Southern Hemisphere can expect to see 22 new critters, including the king salmon, the bell cricket and the sweet shrimp, amongst others. These numbers are significantly higher than usual simply because we've gone from one season to the next. So it's set to be a good month for hunting critters if you're still trying to complete your museum. Anyway, all in all, March is a fairly quiet month, especially seems Festival fell in February and won't be celebrated in March again until 2025. As always, thank you so much to the patrons and channel members for supporting this content. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.